But we've been looking at this series on shame and how it's weaved through the narrative of Scripture in sometimes quite surprising ways if we have been more used to looking at and reading Scripture through the lens of guilt, that actually when we begin to see shame in the Bible, it's kind of everywhere. And one of the authors that I read, she said, when you see it, you can't unsee it. And so we've been journeying through this, recognizing that shame is part of our human condition. It's something that we all experience. And then there are some four unhelpful, typical ways in which we behave when we experience shame. That we can run and hide. We can grovel and appease. We can cast a spell. We can attack and blame. And those are four typical ways in which we can really unhelpfully behave when we experience that shame. And sometimes we might do all of them. And we might recognize all of them in our lives. And yet, we've talked a lot about God's gaze. And that we have a Christ who is compassionate. And who looks at us with huge empathy and compassion. His smile is upon us. And we also have a Messiah who has journeyed to the cross to bring our liberation and our freedom. He's journeyed in and through shame. And in journeying in and through shame, and yet without sin, without any of those unhelpful behaviors and patterns, he's become the pioneer, the breakthrough man that shows us how it's possible for us as human beings to journey in and through shame.